You're not afraid of what may happen to me constantly. Constantly worrying, well, what if he doesn't like me? What if she doesn't like me? What if I do this and this happens? What if I do that and that happens? None of that stuff is even in your mind anymore. You just live life to the fullest because fear is no longer a thing. Okay, you have two people. One person lives in a state of love within themselves, and the other person lives in a state of fear within themselves. If you were to meet these two people in real life, you would be able to tell the difference. A person who lives in a state of fear will give off a certain energy, and the person who lives in a state of love and joy will give off completely different energy. Especially if you're an empath, if you can feel energies, you will know the difference. So instead of talking about two imaginary people, look at your own life and your own self within yourself. Do you think you're living in a state of love or in a state of fear? So we're going to differentiate the two, and I want to give a spiritual perspective on the difference of living in a state of love versus living in a state of fear. Now, unfortunately, in today's world, most people are living in a state of fear. The news, the media, it constantly pushes fear because fear gets views. Wars, viruses, all types of things are constantly promoted by the mainstream media, by the news. Just flick on the TV, you will see something that is fear-mongering. So I want you to imagine something really quickly here, and then I'm going to put a picture up on the screen. Imagine the aura around your body. Now, if you're not familiar with this concept or this truth, actually, that we have an aura around our body, like a magnetic field around our body. Imagine this magnetic field around your body being very contracted. Like, let's say it's about 1 foot outside of your body. A very small aura around you. Now imagine the aura is, let's say, 100 feet outside of your body. Which one do you think is love and which one do you think is fear? A contracted aura is fear. I'm going to put a picture up on the screen. A more expansive aura is love. So when you're fearful, look at the body language. A lot of people with anxiety, which anxiety is nothing other than fear of what may happen in the future. It's your mind has turned against you basically, and now you're fearing things that may happen in the future, and very timid and worried about things that may happen, which never actually happen and which actually don't exist, but it's all being created in the mind. If you don't know how to properly manage your mind, then you will live in a state of anxiety or a state of fear. And back to the body language though. Look at the body language. A person that lives in a state of fear, their arms are usually crossed like this a lot of the time. You can see this when you go out in public. Some people walk around like this and you can tell they're contracted, right? That aura, that magnetic field around you, which is basically your energy signature, is contracted. But a person who's in a state of love, their arms are usually never like this. They're usually wide open. If you look at speakers, very prominent, famous speakers, they're always open. Their body language is open because their aura is expansive. Their energy touches many people. It covers a large area. It is actually the choice of each individual to choose to live a life of fear or to live a life of love. But most people are unaware that they have this choice because usually past conditioning, how they've been brought up. If you were brought up in a family that constantly perpetuated fear, or you weren't nurtured well as a child, there's so many factors that play into this, into how a person's brought up, into how a person's bodily chemistry currently is. However, you do have a choice and you have the ability to change this, to expand your aura and to begin living in a state of love. Now, you may ask, well, how do I do that, right? Maybe you've been living in a state of fear for your entire life and you don't even know what love is or what it feels like. This is the case for a lot of people, maybe not you, but for a lot of people, this is the case. And this is why we have to have compassion and understanding of where somebody is in their life and the things that they may have been through that we have no idea about that caused them to be this way. But again, you can change that. And the question is how, right? Well, there are many ways, such as meditation, yoga, breathing practices. Some people find healing and love in the Bible, in their religions. Now, I personally speak beyond religions, beyond this is the right way and that's the wrong way. I'm basically open to seeing life as it is, which there are many different ways that work for different people. Me personally, I teach meditation. I teach connecting back with your true self, with your true nature, which is a state of inner peace, joy, and love. Like a child. A child's naturally joyful, peaceful, and loving because they're in touch with their true nature. We can call this God. If you're in touch with God, the source, which is within you, which Jesus said is within you, all the ancient masters and sages and gurus, they said that God is within you, a part of you. And not only that they said it, but if you raise your perception, you can actually see this and bring it into your experience. If you tap into this state of being, then peace, joy, and love, that becomes your natural state. Your aura is expanded. You can touch more people. You're not afraid of what may happen to me constantly worrying, well, what if he doesn't like me? What if she doesn't like me? What if I do this and this happens? What if I do that and that happens? None of that stuff is even in your mind anymore. You just live life to the fullest because fear is no longer a thing when you're in touch with your natural state. So this is what I help people with my own processes, with my own methods. And I take teachings from the Bible, I take teachings from the Eastern cultures, so on and so forth, and I give people processes and methods to do, such as breathing practices and meditation. These things will help you expand your aura and live in a state of love rather than in a state of fear. So I don't teach these processes on YouTube. However, I can tell you to sit and meditate, just close your eyes and sit for 10 minutes, 15, 20 minutes and focus on your breath. That is a process I can give you because it's very simple. It's just called breath watching. So go ahead and try that if you're dealing with these feelings of fear. Or if you really want to take it to the next level, I have a program called Inner Transformation. Currently, we are about to start the next round of Inner Transformation program on September 3rd. So if you're interested, I would like to invite you to watch a free training in the link below, chrisfossofficial.com/IT. IT stands for Inner Transformation. Go ahead and watch that free training if you haven't done so yet. And with that being said, that's all for this video on love and fear. If you gained value, please hit that like button, share it with a friend, and comment below. And definitely subscribe if you resonate with my energy. Much peace and love. I'll see you in the next video.